Hello and welcome to another model video. This is Alan from the Emo Kitsune Man at YouTube with another model video. Taking a bit of a break and doing a little bit of drawing and something special at the end. For a side hobby, I had a crack at Artfight 2026, a art gifting game where you draw other people's characters. It is explained to death with many videos. Just want to cover my experiences as a complete novice for a second year. I started drawing SD, little chibis and animated characters for my business in promotion and packaging. With a desire to improve, you get to spend time on the tools and outputs. It does drive you to do a lot of drawing on this event. There is quite a bit of negative drama milling, but that's because the YouTube algorithm rewards those sort of videos right at the top, and it is very top heavy with the youth who are more likely to cause trouble or take offense. I didn't have any experience like that and discovered some great artists and vibed with some pretty cool people. I used my secondary channel persona to go under the radar, produced a piece about one a day, 30 or so, and a couple of craft projects. This is through dedicating about 40 minutes an hour every day to sketching and colouring something with pencil and watercolour. I was rewarded in turn with 11 pieces of digital and hand-drawn art. Very rewarding and felt amazing to receive. Almost gave me a mid-2010 feeling to the internet with personalised comments, interaction and people doing stuff for each other. A lot of collaborating. I do warn, my art is incredibly bad, but I just turned the brain off and enjoyed sketching something out from basic shapes, adding detail, colouring in with watercolour pencils, a medium I really enjoyed in my youth and during school, and using a paintbrush to smudge it all in and colour it in a shaded manner. Within the catalogue of many hundreds of thousands of accounts and characters, I found all sorts of interesting and appealing mecha musume to other cutesy animated stuff that I fancied enough to have a crack at. Almost all interactions was highly positive, except the halfway point where comments started dropping off and I think people burnt out or lost interest. Maybe one or two didn't enjoy traditional art too much, which does put me in a minority and a major outliner in the community. Regardless, among the rapid amount of drawing, there was a steady amount of improvement. For quicker turnaround of pieces, I did a chibi style that I've developed called the circle box method, where I do an equal size circle and box and fill in the details according to what the character looks like. This will be important later. Otherwise, year 2 with more characters and a foothold on the platform, I had a much richer and rewarding experience compared to year 1, which I think is trial and testing period to see if this is your sort of scene and hobby. Can you draw and give without receiving anything? Also feel that beginners were far more accepted this year from previous ones. I heard murmurs of a TikTok community and more toxicity occurring. Did not encounter any of them, but the accounts I did choose were more likely to revenge and closely looked at permissions, more so if they're chill or not than what they wanted in return. If it irked me, I didn't pursue it. Take it as a bit of a tip or not. Quick look at an account, Emo Kitsune Designs.
So beginner artists, please, I'm begging you, do not get discouraged. If you need help as a beginner artist with Artfight, there are a ton of really good Artfight tutorials on YouTube. The official Artfight Discord is very friendly, and there are Artfighters who purposely go out of their way to attack newcomers, and even people who maybe haven't gotten any attacks for the whole event.
Both a art fighter and moderate size YouTuber like myself. They make a lot of tutorials and advice videos, plus generally very positive and encouraging of beginners. I've encountered them on my video last year who left this really encouraging comments, almost advising me word by word by a cutout from one of their videos.
Number 7. Only drawings in 2D art is allowed in Artfight. That is not true. I know a lot of Artfight is overwhelmingly 2D artists, but you don't need to be a 2D artist to participate. Any artistic medium is allowed, so long as it can be reasonably tied back to the OC it is based off of. So you can make food art, you can craft, you can knit, you can sculpt, you can cosplay. Literally anything that could be reasonably considered artistic expression of a character you're referencing is fine. I think my favorite is I found a profile where the user made custom dice based off of various D&D OCs and Artfight, and what they did is the dice colors were themed off of the character colors. It doesn't even have to be a literal representation of that OC.
Funny enough, during my research and feeling out the scene, I watched a few of their videos, which was very helpful. My modelling does not really translate well into the Artfight scene, but I do want to have a go at sculpting. So I chose to reward their community input with a 3D piece and promote the fantastic work they are doing. I've mixed epoxy putty with armature and spare parts, sculpted parts, sculpted on existing kits or just extra detail, and played with air drying clay. Mostly old and some new projects on the channel. Never a whole organic character, simple or realistic. First, buying air drying clay. Never buy these plastic packs or other style containers. Unless you're using it in one sitting, it's going to dry up like a brick. Just a little bit of extra money and you can get one of these large buckets. I'll tell you why later. First, I sketch out various views and sides of the character, basic major shapes. Bend the skeleton or form out of steel or metal wire and bulk it up with tin foil. We don't want to be solid clay as it's going to dry and crack. With good clay practice, we're going to knead it and flatten it, move it around to get air bubbles out and a nice solid consistency, get air folded into it. We're able to form it directly onto the frame and foil. It hardens by evaporating the water out over 24-48 hours. It will also shrink by around 5 to 7%, and sometimes forcing against other materials will crack and can even fall off. If cracking or sticking issues, you can use epoxy or glues to permanently keep it together, but it is a medium I am struggling with. It comes with the territory of being cheap. For professional, non-shrinking and easier results, do consider Sculpty or epoxy 2-part sculpting putties. For storage, cover or wrap up the clay. This one already comes with a bag, and add a tiny amount of water to keep it moist consistently. Seal it well. My last bucket lasted 5 years. I experimented with wet on wet sculpting. It does move around form and detail. Wet on firm sculpting, and then wet on dry sculpting, which cracks and falls off. Glue repaired cracks and held things together. After drying, I was able to carve, cut, sand for a little more refinement and perfection. A putty was applied to make it smoother and sanded a second time. The rest is pretty much how I would treat a garage kit or model kit. You can sculpt in parts and assemble later, or in one part, which I did as a time restraint for the 1 month of Artfight. I applied primer out of a rattle can, as due to how dry the material is, it leaches all solvent and moisture from the paint, causing cracks and adhesion issues. A very thick enamel or lacquer does fix that. From there, going from white light colors to dark, I started with airbrushing and then building up layers of hand painting, a little bit of masking and some shading. It is absolutely essential the project is fully dried and cured, or the paint may crack or damage. You can leave a bottom or a small part of exposed clay to keep going, such as the bottom. Everything was epoxied on a base, textured and elevated with more clay and sand, a bit of static grass added as flock, and a clear matte coat applied to dull the glossiness of the paint into a character clothing skin-like finish. I feel it's mandatory to mention a disclaimer. All of this is in no means a tutorial or guide. Artfight is a separate hobby and pastime to take a break from modelling and explore other creative avenues, and I really don't know what I'm doing. There are far more established sculptors, artists, professional toy makers out there, and I'm really just practicing and exploring this medium. Something I definitely would love to explore more, and as great as air drying clay is and how cheap and fantastic, I did struggle quite a bit. There are better mediums and it could push some away, but if you really need to throw out a bunch of sculptures or money is an issue, there's no harm in practicing with it. Blue tack and oil clay is also an amazing learning tool as it never sets and you can remash it and sculpt again and again. Painting and peeling the paint too as a masking agent. The main sculpture is about, if not a little more than 150 mil of Emo Kitsune, who was very appreciative of the project and rewarded me an amazing piece of art of my shop mascot. Was a bit of a handful and a lot to bite off before I could chew. I did do 3 quick proof of concept circle and square little mini characters of my friends' OCs. As sloppy as they are under an hour effort just as a proof of concept and came out not bad for what they are. These personally would be very feasible as a Artfight entry. References and off-platform links and Artfight accounts in the section below. Thank you very much for watching, and also thank you to Emo Kitsune for allowing me to make content based off your channel. Would highly recommend to check out those guides if you take interest in Artfight or wanting to draw. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time, stay tuned for further content, and we'll catch you guys next time. See you later.